the Zubat line has a strange reputation in the Pokemon community. Golbat and Crobat are at least decent for battling and beloved by many, but their reputation is mired by one thing. That's right, Zubats. For generations, Zubats have been the absolute litter of caves everywhere. It's hard to take a few steps without seeing one of these annoying screeching bats, to the point where it has become a running joke with fans of the titles. Despite what this has done for its reputation, Golbat is definitely no joke. So let's have a look at why Golbat is actually terrifying. Golbat is a poison flying type Pokemon, standing at a whopping 5 foot 3 inches, or 1.6 meters, and this bat clocks in at a hefty 121.3 pounds, or 55 kilograms. Now, some games like the Let's Go entries show the size variation of Pokemon, so I also did my due diligence and caught a few Golbats, and I managed to catch a huge 6'8" Golbat, which is actually horrifying. This isn't common though, so let's just go with the regular stats to stay as consistent as possible. Anyways, a bat the size of a small adult is already scary in itself, but its Pokédex entries make things a whole lot worse. So let's take a look at some choice picks. It attacks in a stealthy manner without warning. Its sharp fangs are used to bite and suck blood. Once it strikes, it will not stop draining energy from the victim even if it gets too heavy to fly. It loves the blood of humans and Pokemon. It flies around at night in search of neck veins. Flitting around in the dead of night, it sinks its fangs into its prey and drains a nearly fatal amount of blood. So yeah, not exactly good news for us or our Pokemon. This giant bat loves nothing more than just gulping up the red stuff, and it likes it fresh. So if you are unfortunate enough to fall victim to a Golbat, just how screwed are you? Firstly, we need data. According to multiple Pokédex entries, a Golbat will drain 10 ounces of blood from a victim whenever they take a bite. Now, how much blood does a human body actually have in their body? Well, the average adult weighing 150 to 180 pounds should have about 1.2 to 1.5 gallons of blood in their body. This is about 4,500 to 5,700 milliliters. Okay then, so a Golbat will drain you of 10 ounces of blood, which is 295.735 milliliters, meaning Golbat would drain 5.19% to 6.57% of our average adult's body in a single bite. Okay, that's great, but how dangerous is that? According to the American Red Cross, the standard amount of blood a person will give during a blood donation is 1 pint. This is around 10% of the blood in the body and a safe amount of blood to lose. Now, a person may feel a little faint after donating blood, and so donation centres ask donors to rest for 10 to 15 minutes and take some refreshments before leaving. That's not too bad then, right? Our hypothetical victim is walking away from this attack safely, albeit with some probable fear of giant bats. Here's the thing though, I've played a ton of Pokemon games and never once have I played as an average adult. We live in the world of Pokemon here. As children, we get a backpack strapped to us, a cute starter monster, and maybe some running shoes if we're lucky. Then it's time to head out on an adventure. Sure, during our adventures we will pick up some other monsters to help defend ourselves, but what about if you're having a rough time and all your Pokemon have fainted? Or a Golbat just catches you off guard? Look, we're looking at the worst case scenario here. I'm not asking if you could get bitten by a Golbat. Clearly it's a common enough occurrence in this world. I mean, there's literally Pokédex entries that talk about it happening. As some of you know, I've been playing Pokemon Soul Silver on this very channel, so I decided to jump into the game and check out how our player character compares to a Golbat, and here's what I found. This is a bit of a different scenario. Our poor Lale here doesn't weigh 150 to 180 pounds, She weighs in at 90.4 pounds and is also a few inches shorter than our thirsty friend. A child body contains 70 to 75 milliliters of blood per kilogram, so we'll take an upper estimate for maximum chance of survival here. That gives our player character around 3,075 milliliters of blood, and means that Golbat would be stealing about 9.62% of blood in a single slurp, which is getting very close to that 10% mark that is safer to lose. Okay, this would leave Lala here feeling a bit faint and probably in need of rest, which might not be easy when there are potentially other giant blood-sucking bats flying around searching for an easy victim. Let's not forget that this is the world of Pokemon we're talking about here. They're everywhere, and they are on the hunt. It's not uncommon to encounter Golbat in certain habitats. They're often like 20 to 30% of Pokemon in a given area. Heck, in Snowpoint Temple in Pokemon Platinum, they have an 80% encounter rate. These Golbats are proven to be hostile and they will attack. To make things even worse, the other thing they're known for is confusing their opponent. Whether it's using Supersonic or Confuse Ray, the Zubat line are really all about messing with your head. Things really aren't looking good for Lala in this worst case scenario. Stuck in a cave, Golbats are flying around looking for prey, she's being confused and is feeling faint. So just how quickly could this become fatal? Your blood pressure and heart rate will stay close to normal as you lose up to 30% of your blood. After losing this amount of blood, you will start to lose blood pressure, your breathing rate and heart rate will start to rise as you become anxious and confused. If you lose more than 40% of your blood, you will become lethargic and will die unless you receive immediate medical attention. Essentially, when you boil everything down, if a single Golbat gets our player character, things are not gonna go well. It will more than likely spiral into a horror scene of confusion and panic as these giant, 5-foot tall, blood-hungry bats chase you down and feast. Let's just hope they don't hunt in packs, I guess.